On the corner of this busy Norfolk street.
It's like Friends, where everybody knows your name.
A place where coffee lovers say Colley Avenue Starbucks employees go above and beyond.
These folks are absolutely fabulous.
And Christy says they help the less fortunate.
There are a lot of homeless people that come by this particular Starbucks in the morning, but I've always seen them with cups of coffee. They allow them to sit in there.
This location, one of around 8,000 Starbucks nationwide that are closing today for racial bias training. Back in April in Philadelphia, a white, now former manager, asked two black customers if they were going to order anything. The men declined, saying they were there for a quick meeting. One man even asked to use the bathroom, but he was told that it was for paying customers only. Within 2 minutes after the men entering, the manager called 911, saying, quote, "I have two gentlemen at my cafe that are refusing to make a purchase or leave." We asked Paul Dell what he thinks of the incident that went viral.
Not again. Waiting while black.
Police arrested the men, put handcuffs on them, and charged them with trespassing. In a statement, Starbucks says the training is an effort to, quote, "address implicit bias, promote conscious inclusion, prevent discrimination, and ensure everyone inside a Starbucks store feels safe and welcome."
I'm very impressed with them doing that.
I mean, it's all about awareness and sensitivity and maybe not overreacting to situations.
In Norfolk, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.